Saturday, Commanders family. This is the Game Day Preview Podcast, and I'm here with some true legends. We got Gary Clark and future Hall of Famer Bryan Mitchell. I should start off with future Hall of Famer for Gary Clark as well, right?
Should be.
I guess I could do
pound
both. I'm just so used to doing it with B. Mitch's name. Gary, man, are you cool if I call you future Hall of Famer Gary Clark?
Nah, that day has passed. But B. Mitch is definitely going to be the Hall of Fame.
See, I knew Gary would be humble. B, we going to show you that Hall of Fame love. And fellas, it's been a while since we've done this, right?
Yep.
We preview every game, every home game. Last time we did this for week 1, season hadn't even started yet. Right. Now we're in week 3. We saw us beat the Giants. We saw us lose to the Packers. How have y'all feeling after watching these first 2 weeks?
Well, from my standpoint, I mean, maybe y'all should have us preview every game.
Ooh.
Therefore, they win when we preview. When we don't preview, they don't play as well. But
yeah.
Seriously, like week 1, they look like a great football team. Week 2, they didn't look so great. So hopefully week one and show up for week 3.
Well, I look at it like this. They came out excited about the first week. And then that second week up in Green Bay, I think Green Bay came out with a lot of energy, a lot of fire. We didn't match that. And Gary knows, when you don't match energy on a football field, exactly what you saw happens. But as bad as we played in that game, we were still there at the end.
Yeah. And
it tells me something about this football team. So I just wonder if they had come out, and I'm not saying they weren't prepared. I'm just saying they didn't play with the energy that I've come accustomed to seeing them play with. If they come out and they play with that type of energy, they're in every game they go out there and get. And then, they lost the trenches. And you can't lose the trenches. The big guys, offensive line, defensive line, as Doc Walker said, the dudes that smell like bacon, they make it happen for you. Well, they're bacon-smelling people play better than our bacon-smelling people.
Is that where Fred gets that from? I thought Fred made it up.
Fred makes up everything from somebody else.
Commanders family, if you are listening, you are missing the views. We are out here at beautiful DC Prime in Ashburn, Virginia. We got the drinks going. I got my water right here because we got a show to do. And fellas, we previewed a lot.
You don't just put me out there like that?
Listen, they can see it, BB. The camera's right there. Now, we previewed a lot that first time we were here at DC Prime because we had no idea what we were going to see.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of what we were excited to see was what Deebo Samuel was going to do. I don't think any of us could have predicted the chemistry him and Jaden had right off the rip, Gary.
No, well, everybody knew about Deebo is he can play. What we questioned was he going to stay hurt?
Yes.
The key is staying healthy, and it seems like he's staying healthy. From my understanding, he has a whole new workout plan that he hadn't had in the previous seasons. So having that workout plan, so you're going to make sure that you're doing everything humanly possible that you do not get hurt is key. And I think that's what he's did this year. And unfortunately, we didn't use him enough in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, we really didn't. When we used him, he performed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that those guys were in training camp and the whole offseason together. And when you step into a game like that, it works. Right. One thing about, I always say, if you get ready, when you practice, you play football to get ready for football. Everyone thinks that we're supposed to just go through the motions during the week and show up on Sunday and play. You have to go out there and practice what you want to do. And if you practice it at a high level, remember how we used to go, you get on the field and you can do it easily. Well, they had a better rapport at this point. But we saw the same thing happen last year. It started off, other receivers were doing things, Terry wasn't getting involved. By week 3, Terry got involved. And I think it comes down to a little bit of when most of the camp, when he was going through his contract deal, he's not there. And the coach gets familiar with other people. So you try to go to those guys because you've been doing it all offseason. But now, you got to go to the guys that you know can get it done. We know 1-7 can get it done. D-Boy has proven he can get it done. And all of those guys now, this is the time you step up. What is it, primetime players that Dick Vitale would say? PTP is, it's time for the primetime players to step up. No matter who they are, offense, defense, if you're on that field and you have the capability of doing something to make your team win, it's time for it to happen now.
14 catches, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns for our guy, Deebo Samuel. Now, we're going to be talking about quarterbacks. We're going to be talking about our offense. We're going to be talking about this defense. We're going to be talking about the Raiders' offense and defense.
Yeah.
They got a guy in Geno Smith on offense, and they got a guy on defense in Max Crosby. We're going to get into all of that. But first things first, we're going to give you a little look behind the curtain. Now, this comes out Saturdays because it's our preview show. However, because we all got things to do, we record this on a Friday night. And there's no better place to be than DC Prime on a Friday night. Actually, what is it, Thursday night tonight? So we record these early. And we do not truly know what's going to happen with our quarterback situation, right?
Yeah.
We know that Jaden Daniels is banged up. We have heard from Marcus Mariota. We have no clue what is happening. So we're going to talk about it as if either thing could happen. Either Jaden Daniels could play or we could see Marcus Mariota play. Let's start Marcus Mariota first because we saw him come in last season for a banged-up Jaden Daniels, and he performed very, very well. Now, we have not seen him at all this preseason. We haven't seen him much at all. But Cliff said it. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
His body, his physicality is ready to go, but we're preparing as if Jaden Daniels is going to play. If Marcus Mariota does play, how do you think he will fare against a defense like the Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, I mean, I think he'll do fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. You should practice as humanly positive. If you can practice, you practice. I was a guy throughout my career, honestly, I really didn't practice on Fridays most weeks. I mean, I was banged up a lot, but come Friday, I was going to get it in, I was going to go practice. So, but come game time, gamers game. Just what it is.
That's it.
I don't care if B. Mitch practiced that week or didn't practice that week. Come game time, I know he's going to game. So with Mariota, I like him as a quarterback. Last year, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He won. He won when he won. You know, there was no quarterback controversy because Jaden's the guy. Jaden is the quarterback for the Commanders. But it's nice to know that I got a guy that can come in and I don't miss a beat.
Well, you have a guy who everybody believes in.
Yep.
That's the main thing. Marcus came in here, and he was the guy mentoring Jaden. And then when Jaden got hurt, Marcus went in the game, he showed him, look, I'm not just a sensei. You know, I'm not out here mentoring people. I can still play. And the other guys got a lot of respect for him because of that. They have confidence in him. So now, I think when you go into this game, it's not like in the past we would have a mobile quarterback with a pocket passer backing him up. We have a mobile quarterback backing him up. We have a Heisman Trophy winner backing him up. And when he got in the game last year, he shows you can do that. Not only did he throw the ball effectively, he had some big runs as well. So I think Marcus will do just fine. But we talk a lot about the quarterbacks. Quarterback's job, and I was a former quarterback, is the most dependent position in all of sports. They can't do a damn thing without anybody else helping them. So it's about what the offensive line does, how the running backs help chip on guys on their way out. Receivers get open for them, show them you're there. Tight ends doing the same thing. If they get that help from everybody, just like Jaden needs it, Marcus needs it. And if they, whatever guy's in there, they're going to need the other guys to come out and play to help them out, to enable them to go out there and do their job.
And fellas, that seems to be the cause of action for this coaching staff. They have all these guys ready. We saw McNichols make big plays last year. Again, we saw Mariota come in and step up. So we have no doubt that we have backup guys that have that next man up mentality that could come up and step up. However, when your quarterback is Jaden Daniels, you are hoping to see Jaden Daniels. I think that's how we all feel we want to see him. If we do see Jaden Daniels and he is healthy, what have you seen from those first two games, B. Mitch, that makes you say, okay, we're on to the right track, we're on to something special again, much like what we saw last year from Jaden?
What I want to see is this. We all know how great Jaden is. We all know what he's capable of doing. But I don't want him to have to do it all the time. I want other people to help him, so when he does that, that's the joker. You know, you playing spades, you got a joker, you know, you could snap it down. Somebody throw their little ace smile, bam, you kill him with a joker. I want Jaden to have to do those things in necessary moments, not from start to finish. You know, a guy of that ilk, with that ability, shouldn't have to use it all the time. So it starts off with the offensive line and other people. So when everybody else is covered up, now he hurts you. You don't want him to be trying to go out there forcing issues because, listen, I played offense, but I'm a defensive-minded, I'm a physical mindset dude. When quarterbacks run, the mindset of the defense is make them not want to run again. That's why I was so pissed off when Love went off running and, man, look, don't let him run over you. You destroy him. I worry about when our guy runs, he's competitive because I know guys going to take shots. You know, hell, I guarantee our coaches tell them, if that guy runs, make sure he don't want to run again. And I'm sure the defensive guy on the other team telling them the same thing about our guy. So I want him to run when he has to, not because he needs to all the time. You get what I'm saying?
And Gary, to B's point, Jaden Daniels just 17 rushing yards in the last game. We're on 4 when he rushes for 25 yards or less. So to B's point, we wanted to keep him good, but does it take away an element of Jaden's game when he's not able to run, when he is banged up, when he does have a hurt knee? Does that change how this offense runs? Because we said it earlier, we like being able to have those mobile quarterbacks.
I mean, we'll find out. I think Jaden's a tough guy, and first and foremost, football is the only sport where it truly is a team sport. It's a team sport. Like, you have to have all segments working for the team to win the football game, quite honestly. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, the offensive line, I don't care how good Jaden is, if the offensive line's not blocking where they need to block, he's going to get 17 yards. We both know, like, typically he gets 17 yards on one carry.
Yeah.
You know, so, but when they make him have to run up the middle, that is never good. That is never good. When he escapes outside, that's when he picks up the yardage. But at the end of the day, my backup should be spectacular. Like, if you're a starter and you're not worried about your backup, your team's not that good. Period. If I'm not worrying about my backup, like my backup initially was Ricky Sanders.
Yeah.
You think I was not worried about Ricky Sanders? Of course I was worried about Ricky Sanders.
Yeah.
It made me practice a lot harder because I knew how good Ricky really was. So I hate it when a backup comes in and they don't do well. Why? You're a professional football player.
Yeah,
Your job
be
is
ready
to
to
do
go.
well.
That's it.
You're supposed to be ready to play every single game.
Those guys to have an attitude and a nastiness to say, when we go, this whole thing goes. Because Jaden is not great without them doing their job.
100%. 100%. That's why he had 17 yards last game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple. When those guys, like, we need Hogs Part 2. That's really what we really need.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden, they have their own dynamic.
Yeah.
Our football teams that won in the past, they had their own dynamic. We didn't have necessarily specific players. We had the Hogs, the National Defense, the Posse. They're all groups of players because that's how we did. You know, I mean, the one thing that we had that kind of stood up by ourselves was special teams would be Mitch. Because, I mean,
they block.
But sometimes they block, sometimes they didn't. Let's be honest. Sometimes they block, sometimes you just ran through shit. So at the end of the day, I mean, you got to have that team element of it. And people respond to it. Because at the end of the day, I don't care who's behind the center. Our job is to go out there and win the football game.
Yeah.
And our job is to come up and having conversations on the sideline. What I care about is a conversation that Terry and Debo are having with the quarterback, letting them know what's up and what they can do.
Yeah.
And then, when do I need to change a route? Like, that's the key. Like, okay, I know this is a play, but on this play, you know, I'm not going to run out the same way that I've been running it in practice. It's going to change a little bit. You know, I'm going to run a post out and come back. You know, because I know that's going to open up better than just your normal out. So, I mean, I'm not worried about the team. I think it was a short work week, but they got to get ready and play the football like they know. You can't take for granted that you're good, and maybe that's what they did week 2. You can't take for granted that you're good because we did it when we played. When we won our last Super Bowl. When we played Dallas, nobody could tell us nothing.
And we were 11-0. We were like,
we'll walk through this.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But it woke us up. So hopefully the Green Bay woke up the team so they realized, no, we got to go out and play hard every single play, every single down, and then we win the football game.
There you go.
And I think that is what we need from our defense, right? You both alluded to, when your quarterback's banged up, it's that defense that's going to help you win those games. And our defense did struggle against Green Bay. However, they have a chance to really turn it around against a quarterback that struggled these first 2 weeks. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions for Geno Smith. That's the quarterback we will be facing Sunday's game. What kind of threats does a guy like Geno Smith pose for his defense? Because, yes, he's starting off slow. However, he's been in this league a long time for a reason, and he's not somebody we should be looking past.
Well, Geno normally takes care of the football. But I don't care who you are, from Tom Brady to Joe Montana. If you're getting pressure and coverage is tight, as Joe Witt said, ball is life, that life is going to be in somebody else's hands. And what happened in the last game that Geno played, I watched the game. He was getting pressure, and they were forcing him to let that thing go early or hold on to it a little longer. And when they threw it to the guy was covered. And if he didn't put it in the right spot, that defender had a chance. We have to get pressure on Geno. And our defensive backs cover him tight. And he'll give you a chance. I say he normally protects the ball because he normally throws it in rhythm. And normally they run a little route, bam, the ball's going out of his hand. But if he has to hold it and paddle a little bit, he doesn't have that arm strength like a Brett Favre had. He's a guy with a very much a good professional arm, but it's not the velocity that you need when you throw something late.
It's based on time.
Yeah, if you make him hold on to it a little bit, he gives you a chance to take the ball. And that's what Joe Witt's all about. Mm-hmm. So the defense needs to be like that. Listen, man, if you give the ball back to this offense more times than not, they're going to do something with it. And that's the thing about it. Go out there, take it, give them a chance, and let's see what our offense will do.
It's the perfect opportunity. If I'm a defensive back on our team, it's the perfect opportunity to become a superstar. A superstar, because right now, our DBs are always questioned. It's a question mark. It's been a question mark for the last 3 years, quite honestly. But if I can become that guy that becomes a shutdown, I'm shutting you down. And I'm going to let you know I'm going to shut you down. I'm in your face. I'm letting you know you can't do this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, you automatically start playing better. Because when you start seeing your name in lights, I don't care who you are, all of a sudden you start believing what they're talking about as well. You start believing even more so in yourself. And once you have that swag to you, that's a whole nother thing. Like the defensive backs, for Green Bay, that one defensive back, he had swag the whole game.
Yeah.
He was feeling like, I'm shutting everybody down.
Yeah.
He was just coming across that way. And as a receiver, that's the type of guy I want to go up against. I do. Like at the end of the day, I'm not worried about our receiving core. I know they're going to come out and they're going to start balling. I'm not worried about the quarterback position because I think we have two good quarterbacks. Jaden is spectacular. He's a whole nother thing. But our backup quarterback is not really a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And people forget he used to be a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And when he backs up, he wins. Think about it.
And he's here because they have belief in him.
Yeah. I mean, there's a
He was
reason
free
why.
out there. They made sure they got him back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's here, like you said.
Because, he didn't have to come back, right? He decided to resign and back up Jaden Daniels and play in this Cliff Kingsbury offense. And one thing about Marcus Mariota, former Heisman winner, he is ready to play. Now, Gary, you mentioned something real quick, and I want to touch on it. Because you talked about that swagger, right? And when you talk about that with a defensive back, I immediately think Marshawn Lattimore, right? That's who we wanted to bring into Marshawn Lattimore, right? He plays with swag. He plays with aggression. He's had injuries. It's been a rough go at it sometimes. He's had some great games. He's had some rough ones. Green Bay was a little rough. How does a guy like Lattimore, Gary, get that swagger back in a game like this? You're at home. You're against a quarterback that's struggling. Can he get that swagger back that we want to see from Lattimore?
The only way you get it back is you actually perform during the game. You actually make those plays. You make those picks. You shut down the guy that you're playing man-to-man the whole game, and he don't catch nothing. That's when you get your swagger back.
Yeah.
And you can tell the swagger backs, all of a sudden a defensive back, especially a defensive player, when they're playing well, they're going to talk.
Yep.
They're going to talk to you. They're going to let you know that they're playing
Especially
well
Lattimore.
because they're going to try to get inside your head. So the key is, but if I ain't shutting you down, you don't hear a peep from a defensive back because I got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You got nothing to talk about if I ain't shutting you down. So that's why I love people, unless you were Deion. Deion never really said anything unless you talk trash to him, and then he would come back at you. Everybody thought Deion talked trash on the field, but he didn't talk any trash.
Yeah.
He just was quiet. He'd be like, I'm shutting you down, shutting you down. So, but Lattimore, I think he's a great cornerback. We just need to start seeing that greatness again on the field come game time.
He plays a physical game, and I think what happens is these players, receivers, and coaches are running to the ref prior to the game to say, watch this, watch that. Well, what happens is he needs to go talk to the ref a little bit too and say, look, man, they just trying to throw it out there. Listen, if he hits me and does some things, am I allowed to come back? Find out how the ref gonna call the game. Some refs don't call it very, very tight. Some do. So go talk to the ref and find out a little bit. But it's just the ultimate thing is, I just want to see him have fun again. Week 1 was fun. Week 2 don't seem like nobody had fun out there. And I'm talking about not the end of the game, the whole game. They got to get back to having fun. And if you're having fun on the football field, it shows. If you go out there with that mind, I'm going to have fun today. Don't go out there all tight. You've been around this, you've been playing this game too long to be tight. No need to be.
And you got to get to a level where you're such a good football team, even when you play bad, you still win the football
Find a way to win.
Yes, that happened a lot last year.
I mean, that's the key. Even when you play bad, you find a way to win the football game because you're just the better team. And we got to get back to that model. There's no way. I mean, don't get me wrong. Green Bay looks spectacular. Or we made them look spectacular. I don't know which it is yet because I got to watch another game of Green Bay plays, but they look spectacular.
Yeah.
Especially their defense. And then that quarterback, he looked like Jaden.
He did.
I mean, he looked like you thought he was Jaden for while he was playing. He looked great. He made all right decisions. He made all great passes. Ran when he had to run.
Yep.
Only when he had to run. You know, and what I love, when Jaden's running and he's running outside, we're going to pick up a lot of yards. He's going to have a great game. I don't mind, but when he has to run up through the middle, that's when he's going to get a lot of contact and potentially get hurt.
Them big boys.
No, when he's escaping outside, because then I'm escaping outside, what's outside? Small people are outside. Defensive backs are outside. When I escape outside, I'm worrying about defensive backs. I'm already past the linebackers in line. So escape outside, Jaden. Outside. Not through the middle anymore. No, leave that alone. Those big guys are up there.
Yeah.
And fellas, sticking with our defense, a big reason why Geno Smith has struggled as well is because Raiders haven't been able to establish a run. They have a first-round pick in Genty that is at the bottom of the league in rushing yards per game. He's not doing well at all. He hasn't figured it out yet.
It's not college anymore.
It's not college anymore. When you know that, when you know you're going against an offense struggling, this has to be a game where the defense says, you know what, here's where we get that swagger back, right, B?
Well, they have to feel that way, and I think what they have to also think is like, the Raiders are probably thinking, well, we can get our swagger back against them.
Exactly.
And the thing about it, look, Genty, we saw how he can go. If he gets some space, he can go. Don't give it to him. If you've seen how teams are giving up stuff and how teams beat them, you got to be able to do the same type of thing. Don't allow them to get that. I would go into games as a college player and in pros where, okay, I saw them on film. I know what I can do against this team. There were some teams that came out there and said, no, we're not going to let you do that against us. They have to be a team to say, we're not going to let the Raiders get their running game. Let's let them have another week of having a poor run game performance. So next week they can deal with somebody else. When you leave here, you got problems. You know, because we got Big Kinlaw in the middle. You know, Eddie Goldman coming out there. Those big guys have to lead the way. Anchor it down in the middle. Allow those linebackers now to run those gaps. Big guys' jobs are normally to occupy space and let the linebackers make the tackles. If they can get a big job of that and get some push up the middle, whether it's the run game or the pass game, they'll have success.
Commanders family, you're listening to the Game Day Preview Podcast. I'm here with some real legends, Gary Clark and Brian Mitchell, some Super Bowl champions. Fellas, let's move back to our offense, right? Because our offensive line, it seems like these first 2 weeks, they've been put to the test. Dog after dog, especially these edge rushers now. We have to face possibly the best in Max Crosby. How can our offensive line fare against Max Crosby and company, a guy that we know gets after the quarterback at a high rate?
Well, I think what's going to happen is it's going to come down to every once in a while you're going to have a one-on-one with him. And you got to match his intensity and his energy. But there are going to also be times where a guy's going to be getting ready to go out on a route. Does it affect your route if you give him a little hit to help your guy out? And I think that and then also you can scheme it up to run at him. Pass rushers want to rush the passer. They don't want to take on offensive linemen all day. They want to be the aggressor, okay? They don't want to be the guy who has to take on somebody. They want, like, normally that guy rushing outside is more athletic than those tackles. So if he keeps going against me, he feels I'm going to get him once. But if he has to take on that, now you're talking about 310, 320 against probably 250, 260. That wears down over time. And you have to learn how to do that stuff against them. And I thought last week they could have done a little bit more of it, how they were dealing with Micah. But this week, Max is just like Micah.
Yeah.
Micah might be a little faster, but Max does not stop. He has a motor. And they're going to have to be able to match that intensity.
And to B's point, Gary, Max Crosby might be better against the rush against Michael Pryor. I don't even think it might be. I think he is better. Max Crosby doesn't leave the field. And a lot of times when you see those pass rushers, they're not as good against the run. But Max Crosby in this defensive line is just as good against the run. And we're missing our starter, Austin Eckler, another guy that is out for the season. We're going to miss him a lot. How can Bill, how can McNichols, how can these other guys that we have talked about step up and find some success in the run game this week?
Because it's their job to step up. That's what I keep like. I mean, I hate when people act like the person who comes in to replace somebody who's been hurt or somebody who's not playing as well. Like, it's my job to play well. That's what I get paid to do. I don't get my paycheck not to play well. I've never understood that philosophy whatsoever. Their job is to step in and play better than the person who was playing the position before them. That's just what it is. Like, perfect example. Even when B. Mitch came in, B. Mitch got on running back shoulder pads and had to come in and play quarterback because their 2 quarterbacks went down. If B. Mitch would have started that game, we probably would have won the game. I mean, it wouldn't have been no body bag game. That would because when B. Mitch came in, we went right down the field and scored. Like, right down the field and scored. And if B. Mitch was rushing, he was running the ball and throwing the ball with those big-ass shoulder pads on. I don't know how he was throwing the ball with those big shoulder pads on, but he was. Hit Ricky Sander in the corner for a touchdown. Should have threw the ball to me, but he threw it to Ricky. I've never forgave you for that, by the way.
Gary don't forget nothing, man.
But the intensity of the guys that come into play, like, you should be licking your chops when you get a chance to come in and prove yourself, prove your worth to the team and to your teammates. Well, and that's what I think this team has. I think we have players that can do that. So I'm not worried about the people who go down, because if they went down, they're down. There's nothing we can do about that. What we have to do is, but I shouldn't have to second guess the person who's coming in to take their place, because it's management job to make sure that they got people to come in that all of your players on your team should technically be a starter in their head.
Yeah.
Like, you should be going after all starters. Like, they're starters. It just happened, this person's starting this game. But if that person goes in, I'm not going to miss a beat. And that's the key.
Well, I think when you look at it, Bill made this thing. Bill has shown so well. Rodriguez showed well. We watched McNichols when he stepped in the game. He's shown well. McNichols is closer to Austin because McNichols is very astute at coming out the backfield, catching passes, blocking linebackers, and also running the football. Now, Bill has to show that he can do that. And I think Rodriguez as well. But those guys, they got rid of a guy and kept those guys here. So right there, that should tell them they think highly of you. And like, I always tell people, like, the reason I played so hard was that, you know, growing up in the South, you come on like the religious aspect, and I was like, God gave me a talent. So my thank you to God was to take this talent as far as I can. So these guys have an opportunity. So now you got to thank Dan Quinn and Adam Peters for keeping you on this team, for allowing you to go out there. You know, instead of having somebody else, they say, no, we have faith in y'all. You know, and injuries happen in football. So when you get your chance, go out there and make it happen. Bill can run.
Yes.
Well, I said it from the first time I saw him. The dude got great vision, great balance. Rodriguez came back, worked on his body, changed it up, because I have to do something different. And the dude started to hit all these 20 miles per hour runs in practice. And McNichols, I talked to him the other day, been in the league 9 years. You don't hang around 9 years if you can't play.
Oh, no doubt.
So we got 3 guys who have the ability. So when they get that little hole, get through it. Get what you can and see what happens. And if they start running that ball, and what you realize, you ever watch a long drive, running back get the ball 10 carries, and he gaining yards, never get tired, does he?
And, you know, you can
want to have something like that.
Like, look at the stats of the run, because, you know, in the first game, we had multiple running backs run the ball.
Yeah.
Look at their average per carry. It's all over 5 yards, I'm pretty sure.
Bill had 8.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, so no running back actually played bad in the first game. They carried the game. Like, when we needed to drive the ball down the field, keep the ball, they kept the ball, and they ran the whole time. They was running the whole time when they took that ball, took it downfield, and then just sat on it. Not to try to go into the end zone and score, not to run up the score, which was a smart play, by the way.
And Gary, to your point, right? When getting that opportunity, we saw Bill, Offensive Rookie of the Year, week 1. Rookie of the Week, week 1.
Yeah.
Now he's going to get another chance to do all of those things you mentioned. And I have no doubt all these guys we just named are ready to rise to the occasion because they're dogs. They're hungry.
Yeah.
We've seen Chris Rodriguez in this spot before. Cut 3 times last year. Every time his number was called, he found ways to get it done. And, fellas, I can't think of 2 better people to preview a game with. I wish we got to do this every single day. But before we end this amazing preview show, our amazing producer, Caroline Suter, put together a game for us. Now, I don't know if y'all remember us standing on business week 1, but for those that don't remember, standing on business is a segment here where our guys who stood on business on that field stand on business right here. I give them a topic, and they're going to let me know if they standing on it or they sitting it out. So, fellas, y'all ready for this one?
Let's go.
First, when we talking the rushing game, let's talk about it. Bill Krosky-Merritt, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, rushes for over 100 yards. Gary, you standing on that or you sitting that one out?
I'm standing on it and jumping up and down on it.
I love that. Can we elaborate a little bit? Why do you believe in Bill so much? Because, again, this is a 7th-round pick, but we've seen what he's capable of.
Oh, man. Because if you get into the league and you show your worth once you get into the league, like when he has the opportunity, he's always showed out. Like, perfect example, like he showed out the first week. I mean, all our running backs did. They all look spectacular the first week, especially when you have that last drive and you have to hold on to the ball so that the other team doesn't get it. And they're breaking 5-yard run, 10 yards run. You know, they're 15-yard runs. They're taking the ball down the field. I'm excited about our running backs. Don't get me wrong. I did not want, you never want to see one of your guys get hurt. You do not ever want to see that. But as that player, every player on the field wants to start. It's just what it is. Every player on the field wants to start because you've been a starter your whole life until you got to this point. You've been a starter your whole life. Like, I hated being on the sideline my first 5 games, like coming in on as a third receiver. It was like, this sucks. You know, especially when I saw our team wasn't doing as good as I knew we could do. You know, so when you get your opportunity, you don't give it back. You don't give it back. We didn't know that B. Mitch was going to be this type of special teams guy. And when he came in, the person who would do, like, we don't remember the guy that was doing it before B. Mitch came in. I don't remember who it was.
It was 2 people.
B. Mitch remembers.
I mean, that's in the day. So, but back before that came in, they were the guy. And then you're the guy until you're not the guy. You know,
I'm going to stand on business, too, because I'm going to say this. I think we know we have to establish the run. And I think when you look back to the first game, Bill had 10 carries for 82 yards. That's 8.2 a carry. Okay? I think only 10 carries and almost had 100. I believe Bill's the type of guy when he gets that crease, he can go the distance. And I think that the offensive line, and I think that what Cliff is going to try to do this week, establish the run. So I'm expecting them to have a big day. And if anybody's going to be the one that go out there and meet that century mark, I think it'll be Bill. Because he seems to have that total package, that balance, that vision, and that breakaway to go get it done.
Fellas, I'm standing on it too, man. One thing we've learned about Bill is even while he was waiting and watching Austin Eckler get these carries, he was learning. You talk about those carries in week 1, he didn't get his first carry till second quarter. And he still led us in rushing. So I'm standing on it too. I believe in Bill. Can't wait to see what he does. Now let's move over to the defense. B-Mitch, I'm going to start with you. Commanders will have 3+ sacks and 2 turnovers against Geno Smith. You standing on that, or you sitting that one out?
I'm going to stand on the 3 sacks. The turnovers, I think Geno going to be scared to let the ball go because of the last week. So he's going to try to protect it even more. And that's the reason I believe we're going to have the sacks. Because as I stated earlier, he's going to hold on to it more. And that's going to allow guys to get to him. So I believe we'll get a turnover, but I think the three sacks might end up being 4. So if it's 4 sacks and a turnover, that's like 2 turnovers to me.
Gary, what about you? 3 sacks, 2 turnovers? You standing on it?
You know what? B. Mitch knows a lot more about that. So because B. Mitch says that, I'm going to go ahead and stand on it because he knows more about that than I know about that when it comes to that type of thing because he was a running back quarterback. So if B. Mitch says that, I'm standing on it too. I'm following the leader on this.
Hey, let's follow the leader. We standing on that. Last one, fellas, Gary, I'm going to go with you. The Raiders are held to under 100 rushing yards. I believe they're averaging just 62 a game right now. Can we keep them under 100, Gary?
We better keep them under 100. I'm going to stand on that just because we better keep them under 100.
I mean,
you can't be the team to be the first team to let them get 100 yards. Come on.
I think that's
the time you don't want to be first place.
I think that's what Joe is preaching. So I'm going to stand on it because they're back at home in front of our fans where they're going to be comfortable. And they've had 10 days to get ready for this one. I believe big boys going to come out there not only smelling like bacon, but they're going to be eating the other guys like they bacon. They're going to eat them up, destroy them. The line of scrimmage is where you win football games. Right. And that's what all I'm watching. I want to see Washington go out there and on both sides of the ball, dominate. Show them what you're about. And if we go out there and win the trenches, we're winning the damn football game.
Who's going to have the pig roast? That's what I'm talking about. Who's going to have the pig roast?
I love that. Well, y'all got me hungry over here. We hanging out at DC Prime. I can smell the food. Fellas, I can't think of a better way to preview the show than with y'all. I think Gary's right, too, B-Mitch. This might be good luck.
I'm
this
telling
Gameday
you.
preview show might be good luck. If we get a win Sunday, which we will, I'm calling it. We are good luck. We're going to have to do this every week,
And
Gary.
get it win
And then when
Sunday.
we
We
get-
going to have to be back here next week.
When we get the win, we come back next week, and
Yeah.
it'll be called the Caroline Show. That's what
And
it'll
I'll-
be, the
I'll-
Caroline Show.
The Caroline
There we go.
Show.
Caroline.
Commanders family, you are tuned in to the Caroline Show out here at DC Prime. I am with some Super Bowl champions and future Hall of Famers, Gary Clark and Bryan Mitchell. You can catch me and B. Mitch and my boy Tanner, who I think is back there. I can't really see. I thought I heard my guy. You can catch us on Game Day
yeah.
to
Hold on.
preview the show. Once again, Mr. 8 to the 9
That's a big
Santana will
old
also
ticket.
be
I'll tell
there
you right
on
here.
Command Center
You got
Game
the
Day
big
Live. Make sure
ticket
you
right
tune
here.
in before the game on Sunday. We will see you then. And then, of course, we will also be on Postgame Live after the game, celebrating another victory at home. For Bryan Mitchell, Gary Clark, I'm Bryan Colbert Jr. This is our Game Day Preview Podcast, also known as the Caroline
Caroline
Student Show. We'll holler at y'all next
With
home
Jason
game.
hanging on.
And Santana Moss.